Hi there. So I've been thinking about doing a video on people pleasing for quite a while because it's something that I have realised through my own coaching and personal development journey that it's something that actually does drive me quite a bit, but it doesn't necessarily cause me happiness. It causes me more anxiety. So I just wanted to share my own story about people pleasing and how I'm trying to overcome it, because I think that this does affect quite a lot of people. So, what drives people pleasing behaviour? Well, as human beings, we all want to be part of the pack. We want to build rapport and we want bonds with other people. And being amenable to other people is what we feel will build those bonds. And nobody wants to be cast out from the pack and to be left alone. And so often this is what drives us to be people pleasers. Now, I am a people pleaser at heart. It's kind of my default position. And it's taken me a lot of coaching and self-coaching and doing a journey of self-discovery to actually notice that I do it and that it doesn't actually serve me very well. So why do I do it? Well, I want to avoid that really uncomfortable feeling of being criticised or judged. So to avoid that, I will sometimes bend myself into a pretzel to please other people. I don't want them to dislike me. I don't want them to disagree with me. I don't want to disagree with them. I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable, even if it causes me discomfort. So how do I do it? Well, I very subtly tend to match and mirror another person's body language, tone of voice, so whether they're slow or fast, whether they're quite upbeat or whether they're quite downbeat. I very subtly change my own patterns to fall in line with that. And as a coach, that's actually quite a good skill to have. But when you're in your normal everyday to-day life, it's still not a bad thing to have. But if you feel like your personality is very subtly changing with different people because you want them to like you or you want to be in rapport with them, that's not always a good thing because you actually start to lose yourself. And I've noticed that I do this sometimes. And I personally don't want to do that. I want to be myself and I want to be authentic. Where it crosses the line for me is when I feel that I am hiding my opinion from another person because I don't want them to feel like I'm disagreeing with them, and I don't want that uncomfortable feeling of me not agreeing with everything that they believe in. And this is not good for me. So I'll share with you some of the other things that I sometimes do in a bid to people please. And I've got a few notes here because I can't remember them all. But being overly considerate of other people, making sure that I'm not being annoying in any way, apologising, sometimes profusely for nothing really, priming people about anything that might possibly be perceived as negative about myself, because I feel like if I call it, then they won't have a problem with it. And I want to avoid criticism. Being overly self-depreciating, trying to convince myself that I'm agreeing with someone because I'm scared to be different, or I don't want to be not accepted or seen to be unconventional or different from everybody else in the group. Can you relate to any of that? So why am I telling you all this? Well, I think once you're aware of this and you start to notice it in yourself and you bring that awareness into your everyday life, you can see when you're doing it, and then you can start to ask yourself some really important questions like, why am I doing this? Why do I even care about pleasing this other person? Are there really any negative consequences to me not pleasing this person if they don't agree with me or if they criticize me or judge me? does it really matter to me, or is it all just something I'm perceiving in my head? You need to start becoming aware of that. You start challenging yourself, and you will find that you are doing it less. And the point of doing it less is that you stop feeling so anxious about not doing it well, because you're not even trying to do the pleasing. So I feel like I should give you a little warning here. When you start making these changes to the way that you are, and you worry less about people pleasing, you're more authentic, you're not going out of your way to please other people, the people who are used to you being like that, the people in your life, they will not like it. They will be resistant to it. They'll question you. They might even get angry with you. It might cause a few conflicts. And I know that that's going to cause a bit of anxiety. But trust me, it's worth having those conflicts. Now, I'm not telling you to start being an arsehole to everyone. Absolutely not. Because sometimes you will people please for the right people because you want to. And you want to be a good person, and you want to be helpful to someone, or you want to be there for someone. And that's absolutely fine. But you get to choose. And those people who you don't want to please anymore, they're going to have to be okay with it. And they will get used to it, I promise. So there's so many more things that I could say on this topic, because I think it's quite fascinating, especially when I've discovered it in myself and in other people, and how liberating it feels when you realise you don't have to do it anymore. I mean, the weight that gets lifted off your shoulder is amazing. Well, it has been for me anyway. But as always, these videos that I share with you, they're just my thoughts and my opinions. I'm sharing my personal story. It doesn't mean that it's always going to be relevant to you. I do hope that you find it useful or interesting, and please contact me if you have anything to share with me on this topic. Thanks for watching.